Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to another pre-market live stream. Thank you once again. Ooh, there we go. Thank you all again for tuning in. As always, yesterday ended up being an absolute crazy day. So there's a few stocks on the watch list. I'm not crazy about anything today. For me, it's a little kind of wishy-washy again. Ended up having a really great day yesterday, so maybe we'll run into having another really good day here today. So we'll see. All right, we'll see. Let's see. We'll wait for a few more people to get on here. So definitely a big stock we're going to watch is NIO. I'm going to watch kind of the same earnings plays that were going on yesterday, today, along with AMD, and then maybe a few bigger names, just keeping my eye on some of the bigger name stocks, MU, Facebook, Tesla, things like that. So what's going on Tesla 3? So yesterday ended up being my biggest profitable day I ever had. By the time I finished the trading day yesterday with the gains that I made from after hours into today, I ended up locking in $18,000 yesterday. Altogether from yesterday and into this morning pre-market was $18,000. So I've never made that much money trading in a single day. Will it happen again? Probably at some point, but yesterday was the biggest day I've ever had. I was pretty spot on with all of my trading. Had a few maybe little small losses, but other than that, it was a straight, I don't know, just felt it. Every trade I took, I wasn't nervous, just boom, boom, boom. So I've hit my monthly goal. My monthly goal was 20 grand. I'm now sitting up, let's see, it'll be 5388 plus 18. So we hit $23,588 yesterday for the month of September as far as profits go. So absolutely killer, right? With that being said, let's go ahead and start sharing the screen. Here you guys go. So I don't know why it's doing that. It's being kind of weird. Give me just a couple seconds here. Remove, and then let me add something here. Layout. There you go. All right, guys, so there are all the stocks that are kind of gapping up, gapping down for you, kind of the main ones here. So you can go ahead, write those down, do whatever you need to do. We'll hang out here for just a few seconds. And then, yeah, you guys can get all those and get going. And then also right at the top, make sure to look at there. Those are all these stocks that I'm primarily going to be keeping on my watch list here for today. Kroger, KR, NIO, PVTL, AMD, Tesla, Netflix. So good morning to everybody. Pink Penny, Tesla, Popper, Chicken, Austin, Marcus, PB&J. Good morning, guys. So anyways, we're going to get into sharing the screen here. If you guys need to get these stocks from this screen, you can always just kind of rewind the stream and go back and grab them and then come back to the real time. All right, so moving forward here, I'm going to get into sharing the screen. So first one I guess we'll discuss is NIO. All right, so we'll touch here on NIO real fast because well, it's basically the one everybody's talking about. So as many of you know, NIO went from 6 all the way to a high of $14.39 here pre-market today. That was a really, really big move. As you can see, it pulled back drastically here pre-market today. So since it pulled back pretty hard, that does give me the feel and the sentiment that we might be looking at a red day here or a drop on NIO. What we do know, and actually let me delete these old drawings off. So this is basically the way I would look at it, right? I don't know exactly what's going to happen with it because it is a recent IPO. You know, there aren't really any shares to short for most brokers. So what I do know is for NIO, you know, it's got a pre-market resistance at 1355, the pre-market high at 1430. Then it also has the closing price support at 1150. Yeah, we'll just call it 1150 right about there. So there's a few levels that I would map off. The first pre-market dip low, and then kind of like right there. So again, looking at the way it moved, right? We had this big monster move. We pop up, we crash down. We're staying below this shoulder. So it leads me to believe we're probably going to be looking at another drop here on NIO. So I think realistically what it just needs to do is actually kind of just pull back. I don't necessarily think this thing's going to crash all the way down today. I personally think we'll probably roll over and maybe even test 1150. There might be a bounce. So the only thing I'm doing for NIO is I'm just watching it closely to see if in fact it drops all the way down to some support levels, and then it provides opportunity for a dip buy. It would be very impressive to see this get all the way back over 1439. After dropping this hard, it'd be very surprising to see it all the way back up over 1439, which it could happen, but again, it'd be very surprising. So for the most, right, I would just, you know, I would just keep your eyes on NIO in terms of a bounce play. Most brokers don't have shares of short because it's a recent IPO. So with that being said, I would just honestly watch it for a bounce play, particularly around $11, $11.50. It might not even get there, right? It might not, because what we're seeing right now is just choppy trading, right? When they do stuff like this, it becomes extremely hard to tell exactly what they want to do. When they're on a nice steady uptrend like that, it becomes pretty predictable. When they're like this, it's not so easy, okay? So I'm gonna move away from NIO here. Next one I'll talk about is AMD. So AMD took the massive drop yesterday, in which of course I wasn't watching it when it did do that. So eventually pulled back for the short that we were looking for, but of course the day I wasn't watching it, but you know, that's okay. So with AMD, looking at the 180-day chart, you'll see that it pulled back and it bounced right off of $30. So if I put it on like a 20-day chart, all right, so if you look at this 20-day chart, you'll see that AMD drops from 34, dumps all the way down to 30, which was a support, and now it's bouncing again. So with this drastic of a pullback, you know, it makes you want to believe that we're looking at a backside move here, when in reality, this thing has been so strong that it wouldn't surprise me if it runs all the way back up towards 33 or something, okay? I believe it did break trend too, because if we draw a trend line here, I do believe we did break trend. Nope, we're still holding trend there. So AMD is still, in fact, holding its upward trend line support. So I would honestly watch AMD for a red day. I would look to see if it does something like this, where it pops up and then it rolls over again today. That would be the most respectable thing to happen after this big drop. But again, AMD's been faking me out for a while. So just wanted to give my input on AMD. I personally am going to be watching it more to the short side after the big red day it had yesterday. The only thing that makes me nervous about watching it short is it had a super strong bounce off the $30 support level. So it is technically bouncing from a super strong support, okay? So, and again, I got a little late here to the office, so I haven't had as much time to really go over things the way I would like. So today's going to kind of just be a quick paced watch list video. Next one on the watch list is Kroger. So I'm not crazy about Kroger, but yesterday it was the earnings and it didn't really go very low. It basically just chopped and traded sideways, which leads me to believe that it doesn't really want to drop and it actually is going to start recovering. So I'm actually watching Kroger for a long today, because if it really wanted to drop, I think it would have done it yesterday, right? So instead of it dropping, it basically dropped once, came back, put in a higher low, and then it started curling all the way back in this direction. We just gapped up, and now it's thinking that, you know, it might run the possibility of a little short squeeze today. So we're going to be watching Kroger long bias on the day. PVTL. So PVTL, as many know from watching that watch list video, right, it had a nice bounce out of the gates. It dropped, but didn't really put any new lows. So I'm kind of watching this one. If this one can start breaking, if PVTL starts breaking to the upside, I'm going to watch it long. If it starts rolling over, I'm going to watch it short. So it's pretty straightforward there, right? If PVTL starts to curl up like this, I'm going to watch it long. If it starts to break down and go like that, I'll be watching it short, okay? It's going to be keeping PVTL on watch too. And then if I did go long on PVTL, my first target would be $24, okay? Over $24 could lead to a strong breakout too. And really, that's all I have for you guys today. That's basically the main stocks that I'm going to watch. I'm not going to touch on Tesla. I'm not going to touch on Netflix today. They're really not in an area where I super care about them a lot. But, you know, every once in a while, they do some random things and create opportunity. All right. Yeah, I'll go over HEAR. 1 second. So for one, HEAR is a low volume trading stock. So that's for one why it's not always the best idea to trade it. And then secondly, if I had to give my honest opinion, HEAR was a penny stock at $1.64, went through a reverse split, and then Fortnite became huge. There was an increase in sales on headsets, and then it went and spiked like crazy. But this thing is extreme. I don't know what happened to it, but this thing is extremely overvalued, and I would just be watching it short. I mean, theoretically, there's no reason that this should have gone from 164 to a high of 34 in the first place, but it did. Right now, it's downtrending. The only way that this would turn into a long play for me is if, in fact, HEAR broke over this downward trend line resistance, which is like that. So for me, this thing is a downward move, and I would not be buying any longs unless the price action went like this and broke the trend. And that's where I'd buy right there for a move up. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. So for HEAR, that looks like a downtrend that we're going to start seeing come down even lower. Nvidia, sure, why not? I'll take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia gapping up today. What's the 5-day chart look like? It looks like it's choppy as hell. What's the 20-day chart look? So we dropped. So it looks like this 180-day chart. All right, so it dropped down to support. It's bouncing, breaking back up. To me, if Nvidia can get up and over 276.47, it's a long play. So I'd watch Nvidia long over 270.46. Is it going to get there today? I don't know, but that's the key level to watch for a new push to the upside. 270 something 46. What did I say? 270.46? 276.46? Was that it? Yep, 276.46. Yep. TLRD. Sure, I'll take a look at that. So TLRD did exactly what we said it would do yesterday. A long up to 28.78. It wasn't a great looking long, but it was good. It did work. So it dropped down to support. It's gonna curl to it. I mean, I'm not crazy about it, but what I could see happening is TLRD is holding support from its pre-market move right there. As you can see, it's consolidating, and it might start curling up. So you might be able to watch it for a long, but after it dropping that hard from 28 down, it's hard to believe this would turn into a long. I actually would be more short bias on it. But again, it doesn't appear that it doesn't really trade that much volume. Only right in the morning. So if there's going to be any trade on it, it's going to be right in the morning, and then afterwards it gets a little sketchy. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. So, well, anyways, guys, I'm going to just hop off here. Again, today I got in super late to the office, had a ton of work to catch up on, so I didn't have as much time to look at things as I usually do here this morning. So, anyways, so the watch list isn't as detailed and planned out as they normally are, but, you know. Andrew, there might be a way to change them on TOS. I've never played with it, so I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. You probably could figure out how to do it. But anyways, guys, some main ones to watch: AMD today, NIO, and I'm going to be paying attention to my high-day momentum scanner. I'll be paying attention to my reversal scanners a lot because, you know, my watch list isn't that great today. I can already tell you it's not that good. It's just kind of the best things I see right now. So if something starts moving, it'll pick up on my scanners and then I'll trade from there. But again, remember it is Friday, so volume tends to be sometimes slower. Some things can get choppy on Fridays. So just keep that in mind going into today's trading. All right. Other than that, I will keep you, I'll see you guys all in the next video. I will have a live trading recap for you guys today. And then I will be doing a recap video on how I'm going to do a full recap video on basically how I made X amount of dollars yesterday, but I'm going to go and walk you guys through basically every trade it was that I took on the stock NIO, because NIO was my major winner for the day. That was my biggest winner. And we already covered PVTL and how I traded that one. So we're going to cover all the trades I took on NIO, which ended up resulting in an $18,000 day. All right. So everybody take care, and I'll see you guys a little bit later today. And then obviously next week on Monday for new pre-market watch list. All right, guys. So take care, and I'll see you on the next one.